This past weekend, we rode the Royal Enfield 650 Bear. So, what'd you think of the Royal Enfield? Well, I'll say first off, I was super excited to ride this motorcycle. I absolutely love the way the bike looks. It is a beautiful and gorgeous looking machine, and I couldn't wait to try this because I think I actually want this motorcycle preemptively before even riding it. That being said, I had rode the Interceptor 650, so I kind of knew what to expect a little bit, and I wasn't disappointed with the Bear 650. So, what are your thoughts on it?
I think it looks really good too. I hadn't rode the Interceptor 650 until the same day that I rode the 650 Bear, or the Bear 650. So, but yeah, I think they both look really good. I like the Royal Enfields just in general.
Does it touch your fancy, the styling?
Yeah, I think so. It looks a little more rugged than the Interceptor because I guess it's more like thought to be a little bit off-roady.
I like the scrambler looking bikes. What do you think about the way the bike rode? Did you like the engine?
Yes, I like the engine, and again, I liked the 650 Interceptor engine too. Like, I guess they're kind of the same, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think they're the same.
Slight adjustments, maybe.
But on the Bear, it's a 2-into-1 exhaust, I think. Or yeah, I know that for sure. And I guess it makes a little more torque. I actually thought I could notice it. I didn't ride this Interceptor 650 this past weekend, but I had rode it last year, and I liked that bike, but I thought it felt a little more punchy in the Bear. And then they could also be gearing. I don't know if the gearing's different or anything.
Tell much of a difference, but I don't know if maybe on the ride that I was on the Bear 650, maybe they just didn't go as aggressively as the ride before. We kind of have different people riding in the group rides at every time, so we don't know if they're going to take it easy for beginners or if they're going to just flat out.
Yeah. How did the transmission feel to you in the clutch and stuff?
I think the transmission, like shifting, clutch, brake, gas, it all feels pretty good.
I thought it was really good. I was able to row through the gears really easy. It was actually a lot of fun. I love that engine. It's got a lot of character too, actually. Not quite Moto Guzzi level of character, but actually getting pretty close. So you get some good feel from the motor.
I like the character of just, I don't know, all the Royal Enfields have good character, and I think they all just have a classic vibe.
It's kind of weird because the bike rides kind of the way it looks, actually. I think Royal Enfield have nailed it.
Yeah, and I think that they are really good for the price too.
I agree. They feel, I'm blown away by the price because the bikes feel premium. They feel top notch. Am I going to say they're Triumph level of premium? No. But dude, they're not like half the price of a Triumph based on quality. There's no way.
There's a lot of metal parts and stuff. Like that's
all their bikes are beautiful. I mean, they got metal controls, which it just goes with that premium feel of the brand, actually. I think Royal Enfield understands motorcycling. They're making affordable bikes at a great price for everyone, and that is attainable by everyone. Thank God for Royal Enfield, I guess, because they get it. They get motorcycling. You can tell there's passion behind the design of their bikes, and they're doing a really good job in that category. I mean, ergonomically. You're 5'4", and I think you have like a 12-inch inseam.
Not far from that. I think 28-inch. Like, I actually have really short legs for a 5'4" person. I could touch with, but I have like boots that are like 2-inch extended on the heel, and I could touch on both of them. The Bear 650 was a little bit taller, which was a little bit harder to maneuver and get used to than the Interceptor 650. But I definitely felt like both of them felt kind of heavy, but that could be the premium materials, the metal and stuff. And they both leaned over on the kickstand really far, so I was like, hoisting it up. But I mean, once you get it up and go, I didn't really feel the weight after that.
Yeah, I'm 6'1". I got long legs. I'm not sure what my inseam is. It might be 33, 34, somewhere along those lines. and I have no problem throwing a leg over the bike. I'm flat foot on both sides with just a slight bend in my legs, just slightly. I could feel the weight when pulling it up off the kickstand. It wasn't horrible, but I think also it leans over kind of far on the kickstand.
It does.
So that's why the weight was noticeable, actually. Did you think the Bear's seat was comfortable?
Yeah, I had no issues with the seats. I think they both felt good.
Yeah, I thought the seat was firm. There's a lot of bikes that I get on that a lot of time that seat will be firm, but then I'll ride it for like 45 minutes to an hour and still be comfortable, like not be uncomfortable. So I didn't have no problems with discomfort, which we didn't ride it that long. Firm seat, but not uncomfortable.
I think they need to have some bigger engines, like 850s or something.
Yeah, I'm super excited. If Royal Enfield comes out with an 850 bike and ships it here to the U.S., dude, they're gonna do good, and I think they already are doing good. But they make a little larger displacement motorcycle, bring it here to the U.S. I think people are and continue with the same styling, and that's why I said if they give cruise control to their bikes, man, like I'm all over that, even in the 650 platform. Because actually, I didn't find that the bike lacked power. I thought it's not fast. It's quick enough. Quick enough to have good fun on. What about the handling? Do you think it handled good?
Yeah, turning was good. Like I said, I didn't really feel the weight much when I was going. It seemed to be pretty natural.
I thought it handled fine. I could tell that it had a slightly knobby tire on it, but it handled good. It felt really stable, actually, in the corners. We didn't go super fast or nothing, but we went on some like kind of tight corners. Slow speed, it felt very stable. Yeah, the handling was not twitchy. You know, it didn't take a lot of effort, but it felt stable and agile enough.
Now, like the Bear 650 has like a new like gauge, doesn't it? If
Yes.
I remember right. And like the Interceptor had like the kind of classic gauges, but I thought the new gauges looked good.
Oh yeah, so which do you prefer? Did you like the classic gauges on the Interceptor or the modern gauge on the Bear 650?
I think I like modern better just for me. Not that the classic ones look bad, or I don't know. I think I just like newer looking.
Well, you think too the gauge on the Bear. It's modern and it's a digital display, but at the same time, it still feels simple and kind of still fits in with the bike. I thought it did. Like I thought it fit in with what Royal Enfield was going for.
I think so too. And you get a lot of information usually on like the that type of display. And
it's very easy to see. You're not like squinting your eyes to see the itty bitty digits on some of the analog displays. I get it. Analog displays look good. You know, it's kind of like having a nice watch or something, but sometimes kind of hard to see the numbers on there with those type of bikes.
All of the controls and stuff were simple on the Bear 650.
Yeah.
Like it's just the simplicity was nice.
Yeah, the bike's very stays in that category of just a simple, good-looking, fun machine with tons of character. Handles great.
Now the sound, I don't really remember thinking it sounded bad, but I don't remember thinking, oh man, this sounds good either. They're just kind of so.
You can tell the bike would sound good with the proper exhaust on it. That allowed it to flow a little better. Do you think this is a good beginner bike?
It's a little tall. For someone like me, a beginner bike, I feel like I would want to touch more adequately. But if you're tall, I'd say it'd be a good, because I don't think it's like too powerful or anything, and it was easy enough to handle, and like we said, simple, and you got all the info you need on the gauge and the display. And
I could have started on that bike, on the Royal Enfield. And the thing is, they're not that expensive for a new motorcycle neither. Right. But I would hate it if I dropped it though, because it seems like it would be more expensive.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely is a beginner bike. The power, it's like I said, it's kind of a punchy power, but not overly punchy. So a beginner could definitely start on it.
Both of us started off on a 650, and with the Bear 650, there's so many color options in there, like all the different.
There's
like a yellow, purple, and a.
There's like 4 or 5 different graphic and paint designs with the Bear 650. Man, and they do that with all their bikes. So, man, just good job, Royal Enfield. You're killing it. Good job. Is it a pass, a purchase? Would you want one in your garage, the Bear 650?
For me personally, I like something that's a little bit shorter. But other than that, it was good. Now, and then if I would. Then you can say, well, what about the Interceptor 650? Because it is a little bit shorter. But then see, it's a little more classic-y. and not as modern as the Bear.
Yeah, so it's,
Maybe, is there a way to lower it?
probably. You'd have to buy some mods or something.
They need to lower it like they do the Himalayan or whatever. How they have the seat that you can change.
Yeah. I would absolutely own the Bear.
See, I think it'd be a perfect bike for you.
I love it.
I love it. I do. I like it a lot.
I would absolutely own that bike, and hopefully I'll purchase one sometime, have that in the garage. If they came out with one with a bigger engine, oh man, I'm all over that. But yeah, overall good bike. No real flaws with it in my opinion. Oh yeah, the suspension. The rear suspension was a little firm, but it wasn't, I don't know, I think I've heard some people really complain about it. And we rode on some really rough roads. Yeah, you could feel it, but honestly, I'd rather it be firm than wallowy, to be honest. And that's something that's really easy to change too with the dual rear shocks. If you want something softer, get you a different set of shocks for it and put on there. The suspension would definitely not stop me from buying it. Anyways, I think that's all we got. I'm Matt. This is the Biker Believer channel, show, whatever we're doing here, motovlog, and God bless. Don't forget, Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but by Him. Till next time, that's it. You got anything?
Nope.